Well, I want to share with you a great technique. This isn't one I developed. It's been about years and years. It's usually used for tumblers, but I want to make some dishes with it because I'm building up stock for a craft fair and I want some things a little bit different. For this project, what I'm going to be using is the J Diction 4-hour demold. I want to be able to get this done quite quickly, and I'm also going to show you another really important trick or hack that you'll absolutely love, which will also speed this up. I think you'll all be flabbergasted at this one. I'm going to mix that up. It's a 1-to-1 resin, and it mixes up fairly easily. I've got my resin mixed up, and what I'm going to do is, for the first one, which is the shell, all I'm going to do is add a tiny bit of mica powder in here, mix that in, and that'll give me a base colour. And then I'm going to add quite a bit of white glitter, and that'll make it lovely and sparkly. And because this is a thicker resin, the 4-hour demold, this glitter should stay fairly well suspended in there. And also the little bit of mica powder that you put in, I find also helps it to suspend really well. Now I'm going to pour some in. Now I'm not pouring loads in to start with because I want to make sure that I've got resin in all the bits going all the way around, including these corner bits for the shell. I mean, I will be doing some squidgy widgy, don't worry, but I also want to make sure that I've got resin pushed into all these shell bits. I do think you're going to love this technique. You've probably seen it before, but maybe not on something like this. Right, so now that's in there, what I can do is finish filling that up. And then before I top it right up, I'm going to do some squidgy widgy all the way around to make sure that I've got that in there, got any air out that was trapped in there. And that way I can get a really lovely cast in. And this one I'm going to do a silvery colour, and this one I'm going to do red. So what I'm going to use to cure these up a lot quicker is my Resiners tumbler box, but obviously I'm not going to have the tumbler front on it. I'm going to be using this little front that I've made for it that keeps all the heat in because I don't need the gaps for the tumbler. I've also made this out of some Perspex which will slide in there because while this is curing, I'm also going to make some jewellery. And then I can pop that on there and have a multi-layered curing box going, which is fabulous. So that's my little hack. So I'm going to pop these in here like that. I'm going to put that one there and that one there. Pop my little tray in. And then also pop that one on top there. And that still gives me quite a lot of space in there for some jewellery moulds and some other bits and pieces. It is a great time saver. I use it for so many different things. And it's a great price. I'll link it in the description below. And if I've got a discount code, I'll link that in there as well. Resiners do some amazing products. Put it on. And then leave it, and that'll cure up while I work here, and then I can then pop things in as I need to and take them in and out. So we'll come back and I'll show you what technique I'm going to be using on these once they're cured. This is finished now. I let it run for 2 hours, and these should be, oh yeah, they're all lovely and cured now. It's a great little box. I absolutely adore it. It's so useful. Every craft room absolutely needs one because it's not just for resin. And now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these. So first thing I need to do is demold them. And this is always one of my favourite parts of doing resin. What's your favourite part of doing resin? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Oh, that is so sparkly. If there's anything that makes me happy, it's a bit of sparkle. And there's the little shell. Oh, and look how pretty that is. I mean, how much sparkle can one person have? So what I'm going to do now is show you the technique that I'm talking about. So what you're going to need for this stage is some stickers. Now, I've got some homemade stickers. If you don't want to use the stickers, actually, you don't have to. You can do this without any stickers, but I quite like how this effect looks. And then you just pop your sticker in where you want it, like that. Now, these aren't going to stay there, so it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to put a few more around here as well. You want to make sure these are very well adhered to the actual piece, because you want to make sure that they're not going to come off during any part of it. Okay, and I'm just going to go over and rub my hands on those to make sure they're nice and pushed down. And I'm going to put some flowers on this one. So I've got my stickers on there now. Unfortunately, I didn't get this one on as straight and level as I wanted, but that should be okay. And I've got myself some spray paint. It's the quick drying spray paint. I've given it a good shake. What I'm going to do is move those so they don't get any on them. Now, make sure that you're in a well-ventilated area whenever you're doing anything like this, and that you're also got a mask on or work outside. So all I'm going to do now is give that a quick spray over that way and that way. And then that should be enough for me. And I'm going to leave this like that to dry for about 2 minutes. Once the 2 minutes are up, then I can start to take those stickers off. That's had up a couple of minutes now, and I can remove these stickers. Don't want to smudge or chip any of that paint that is on there. And if you leave it to dry completely, then what happens is it's a lot more difficult to get those stickers off. And then what I'll do is once I've removed all those stickers, I will then place this back in my tumbling curing machine to cure up and dry this before I give it its final seal. That's how pretty that has actually come out. I think it looks awesome. Now I'm going to pop it into the dryer to really cure up this before I seal it, and then I'll show you how I'm going to do the next one. So this one I'm going to do slightly different. What I'm going to do to start with is tape off these edges. Now, all I'm using here is a bit of painter's tape to go round and tape off the edges. And this one, I'm going to do a bit of a mix. I've got some black here and some gold, or copper actually. What I'm going to do is leave these for about 2 minutes before I take the tape and the stickers off. Well, that should be dry enough now, and I should be able to take off this tape that's going around the outside. Then once I've taken that tape off, I'll let the whole thing dry before I do the next stage on this one. Doesn't take long at all. Again, I will pop it in the tumbler curer and get that finished. Like that. So that's that one done, and I really love the two-tone look of this. I think it really sets it off. So again, pop that in the dryer. And for this one, I'm going to be using red. I like red, but I'm going to be using what they call the Dawn dish soap technique. Although you don't need to use Dawn dish soap if you can't get it. I'm just using our local supermarket washing liquid. And now I've got my bottle of washing up liquid or Dawn dishwasher liquid. And all I'm going to do is pour over some bits like this in as fine lines as you want to do. The thicker the liquid, the better. Give it a quick spray. Wait about 40 seconds. And now I've got a bowl of water, and all I'm going to do is wash that off. And that leaves a pattern. Now, if you want to add to the pattern, like I had obviously too much soap on this bit, then I can add to that pattern there anyway. But you just need to let it dry first before you do the next stage. So that's dry now. All I can do is, if I want to, is just put a few more lines over it like this. And then give that bit a quick spray. Wait again a few more seconds, and then wash it off. It literally takes seconds to wash off as well. So there we go, that one's done. Again, pop it in the tumbler curer. And I'll leave them in there for about an hour. That should be enough. And then once they're fully hardened, I'll show you how I'm going to finish them off. So now they're all lovely and dry. What I'm going to do is give them a clear coat of Seals Protects and Enhanced Clear Varnish. So all I'm going to do is a light coat over these everywhere that I've put the spray paint. Pop that back into the tumbler dryer so that dries that, and then give it 2 more very light sprays, and then I'll show you what they look like finished. These are all finished now. They've had 3 coats, so that'll really give them a nice protection and protect that spray paint that I've put on there. I do love how they've come out, and I like the fact that you can still see a little bit through them and see how glittery they are as well. I'd love to know what you think. Really simple technique to do, and it gives you such a great finish. These should sell really well. I'm going to make a few more and have them available as for putting keys in and things like that. Remember, never use them for food. Resin is not ideal for food and shouldn't be used for holding food or anything like that. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you check out the video that's coming up next. It's another great technique that I think you'll love and really take to your heart. Take care, enjoy your resin. Bye.